Life is like a plate of nachos. This is Candy with Heart and Backbone Leadership. And I just had this epiphany about life. And I know Forrest Gump said that life is like a box of chocolates. I am inclined to disagree. Most chocolate's good, right? When you get those dry chips, you get your plate of nachos and you've got your friends and it's great. And you're having so much fun. But the inside is where all the good stuff is, right? Everyone knows that. Well, you have those dry chips on the outside, and sometimes we focus on those, maybe it's just me, but we focus on those dry chips on the outside. We're like, oh, who's going to eat those chips? Like trying to scooch stuff around, trying to get a little bit of that good in the middle. But you get so frustrated because you're like, man, some of those, or it's the worst, like they piled all the good stuff on top and there's all those like dry chips on the bottom. But life is like that. And we're focused on all of those dry chips and we're trying to maybe just get a little bit of goodness on them. But then sometimes we just eat them plain because we're like, well, it is what it is. And this is just my life. I'm just a dry chips person. So crazy analogy, I know. But I was thinking about this because I think in our lives, we focus so much on those dry chips, on that negativity. So one of the things I was thinking about with this is that we really need to focus back around on our wins, on the good parts in our lives, that good in the middle, the nucleus of the nachos, if you will. That's all that good stuff that we take for granted. Our kids, our husband, our jobs. Sometimes our jobs can be the worst part of it, but we forget, like, what would it be like if we didn't have that job? What would it be like if, things were much worse than they are? What would it be like if you shifted your life around to where you didn't have those dry chips on the outside? And if you did, you always made sure you covered them with the goodness from the middle. So focus throughout this week on what are your wins? What areas and what parts, what's your greatest win? I think that's a really good one. What was your greatest win over your last week? Because if you're always focused on, man, I should have worked on this. I should have done better at this. I needed to do more of this. All of these difficulties, all of these things that frustrate us and get us stuck. If you're feeling stuck, the thing you need to do is focus on one thing and start working on it. Shift your mindset around, taking ownership of your chips, if you will, the pieces of your life that maybe you're just really frustrated with. Take ownership of that. Take action. Take action on those areas where you are just feeling stuck. What can you do to change one thing this week? And then celebrate that as a win next week. Don't just do it and sweep it under the rug. As high achievers, as leaders, we like to focus so hard on the things that we need to do. Like I have a whole list over here of things that I need to do and things that are going to move me forward. But if we're never focusing on the things that we did well, we're going to have a pretty empty life. We're going to be always focused on that next thing. And then we have a life full of just dry chips. We had nachos essentially, but we left all that good left behind. We just knocked it all off, had our chip and moved on. We just had the chip and moved on and so on. So we never get to focus on all of the good that God has for us in our lives, all of the different opportunities that we have, and the things that we really did well over our last few weeks. Thanks for listening.